We're here just discussing with R. Nelson Nash about infinite banking, and we just spent 2 days learning some really amazing material from you here in Birmingham.
Thank you for being here.
I'm really glad we could be here, and I thank you for including the Canadians sitting in the front row the whole time.
Oh yes, I'm impressed.
It was very nice to hear that and be recognized for being here. One thing that I get as a question very frequently is, why aren't more people doing this or knowing about this in Canada? And so we're actively trying to teach them that. What message would you have for people in Canada looking to set up their own banking system?
Well, the first thing you need to do is buy my book.
Perfect.
Read it. Okay. Study it. The next thing you do is have a seminar.
Have a seminar. Okay.
Yeah, there's a difference between reading and having somebody explain something.
Yes, absolutely.
and seeing is believing, so forth. So I would love to come there. Now, you know how to find out all the particulars on the seminar?
On getting a seminar set up?
Yeah, you simply
we can talk to David, right?
You go to my website,
yep.
And there's a section on there that tells you the fees, and there's a thing you can click on called IBC Seminar Hosting for Dummies.
Okay, perfect. That's the one we need. That's the one we're looking for.
Follow your brick road.
Okay, perfect.
That's all there is to it. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, I know that's something we're going to be talking about when we go home, because having had the book and read the book a few times, and then coming here and seeing you live to actually explain it and go over it in more detail, everything you said about actually it's easier to catch on than to be taught.
Oh yeah.
Can you say that again?
Yeah, this is more caught than it is taught.
More caught than it is taught. I really like that.
They catch it.
Yeah, they catch it. Well, I caught it when I was here, for sure.
Yeah, it's nice for them to discover this on their own.
Right.
You can't force feed this sort of stuff.
Right.
Leonard Reed, my mentor at Foundation for Economic Education, taught me years ago, go only where called. Just do everything in your power to qualify to be called.
To be called, that's right. Okay. Get yourself set up to be called.
That's what I'm up to.
Okay, perfect. And so you said you'd be open to coming down to Canada if we can set something up, and if we get a room of people together, you'd come down and do a seminar for us down here.
That's right, I sure would.
Excellent.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That'd be joy.
Well, I think people in Canada would really appreciate that. We'd love to hear the message directly from the source.
All right. Now, my schedule is on the website, and I brought my calendar along. You need to plan about 3 months.
3 months in advance?
In advance.
Okay. Okay.
And your job is to find a venue and get up a crowd.
We can do that.
And pay my fee plus travel expenses. And I'm a senior citizen. I travel cheap.
Good. Well, I think we can get some Canadians together to make that happen.
Well, that would be great.
And you'd mentioned while we were here as well that you're in the process of writing a new book.
Yes.
Okay. What's the name of that book for everyone on the?
Oh, the name of the book is going to be Building Your Warehouse of Wealth. See, when banking first started out, they were warehousing gold.
Right, they would store it in a big.
All right, but it's the subtitle is dash 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 or dot dot dot. Think about it.
Think about it.
But it's always about how you think. How you think makes all the difference in the world. And people think backward from the way things ought to be because they're always fixated on conventional wisdom.
Right.
And conventional wisdom's always been wrong. Never has been an exception. Like I told you that John Stossel wrote that book about 5 or 6 years ago, Myths, Lies, and Downright Stupidity. Well, everything that you know is not true.
Yeah, you talked a lot about paradigm shift while we were here, and that's really what your book, this book, is about as well. It's about that paradigm shift.
Yeah, we all live by paradigm. You ever been to England?
I have not been to England. No,
me neither. I'm scared of the language barrier. Now, I do know this, that you rent a car over there, you got to learn to drive on the other side of the street.
Yes, that's true.
Now, in Japan, they have that same problem. In Australia, they have that same problem. Now, that sounds simple, but when you get out there doing it, it takes a while to
get used to.
That's right. So unlearning is way more difficult than learning.
Right.
And people have had a bad impression of life insurance because they don't understand it.
Right.
And it's easy to hate something that you don't understand. And so all I'm trying to do is just shed light on what's really happening out there in the financial world. Now, back when I created all this, remember I owed $500,000 US to the banks.
Right, for real estate loans
Yes.
and stuff, yeah.
Now, and it was 23% interest. Now, I saw I had to increase my premiums big time. From that, I borrowed to pay off the snakes and dragons at the bank, obeying the principles of EVA.
Economic value add.
Yes,
That's an
thank
important
you.
lesson, economic value add.
Very important. Now, what I haven't told you is that all that debt is gone. The interest on that debt is gone. And the other thing I haven't told you is that I dealt with partners in real estate. I felt more comfortable. Now, I felt very comfortable with having a big name lawyer here in Birmingham, one of the principal firms in the state.
Okay.
He was one of the 4 names of the firm. He owned 30% of our project.
Okay, that's a big partner.
He bankrupted on us.
Oh, that's not good.
We had to eat his portion, Richard.
Oh, wow. So you had all the loans, and then plus on top of that, you had to take care of his portion.
My share was $300,000.
Wow.
All right, the 500 debt is gone. The interest on that is gone. The 300 debt is bankruptcy buyout is gone. And my cash value as today is $1.5 million.
Well, there you go. That sounds like it worked out pretty well in the end, didn't it?
It's just obeying these principles.
Well, and you'd mentioned to us earlier in the class that you were talking about those $500,000 loans at that high interest rate. That was in the early 80s, correct?
Early 80s, 80 and 81.
Because it was at prime. I think you were making interest-only payments at 23% or something.
Yes, sir, 23%.
Yeah. So that what was that annually? It was about $120,000.
$120,000 a year.
$120,000 a year just in interest alone.
Just interest.
Yeah. So when you say snakes and dragons, he really means snakes and dragons, right?
They're not nice people.
Right, and so really it was by using infinite banking and the commitment to economic value add and not stealing the peas, right?
That's
Paying
right.
yourself first, you were able to turn that back around and get rid of those snakes and dragons. And you're sitting with well in excess of over $1 million in cash values today.
$1.5 million, and Mary and I have not seen a bank in 17 years.
That's extremely powerful. Extremely powerful.
It's comfortable.
Yes, for sure.
It's stress-free.
Stress-free.
It's growing every day. And if an opportunity comes along, if I want to go get, say, $500,000 to take care of an opportunity that I know is a good opportunity, all I got to do is call an insurance company and say, send me money.
Just like that, and you've got it. Yeah. Now you had mentioned as well, a lot of great stories you told us here in the class about the things that you're doing with your children and your grandchildren, and now your great-grandchildren. You have a very powerful system set up of education and teaching stewardship of money to them. Can you just, if you were to talk to a Canadian family who are either grandparents currently or are becoming parents today and looking at planning long term for their future, what's the number one thing you would tell them to do for themselves and their kids and their grandkids?
Well, first of all, they need to put this in practice in their own lives, and they want to teach their children this incrementally over a period of time. Now, you're going to be here tomorrow and the next day.
Absolutely.
And you're going to meet Robert Stearns.
Okay, perfect.
He is a grandson.
Oh, yes, you mentioned he's going to be here.
Yes, Robert is going to be here.
Maybe he'll do an interview with me.
Yeah, well, that would be nice. Yes, interview him. Robert graduated from Furman University back in May.
Okay.
Now, his twin, Taylor, graduated from Wofford in May. Now, they do not have any student debt.
Yes.
And the cash values in each of their policies is $98,000 at this point.
And no debt from education.
Debt.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. It's different.
They could go and buy a vehicle out of all that stuff that they need to do, down payment on a home, buy a home, whatever they like to do with that. That's powerful. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Well,
if they practice, you see what I'm teaching the rest of their life. It's awesome in comparison to the way everybody else lives.
Well, I really appreciate, I know tomorrow and the next day are going to be even better with all things we're going to learn.
Oh, you'll meet some fabulous people.
But what you taught us over the last 2 days have been tremendous, and just really going through your book in more detail. I'm very excited personally. I know the team at McGuire is very excited about going back to Canada and really taking the lessons that we've learned here and implementing and stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to talk about having you come up and getting a room of Canadians together so that you can come up and give us some Southern style information.
Yeah, can y'all understand South Alabama English?
You know what? We'll absolutely, we'll figure it out. As long as you can deal with us and some of our slang, we'll be good to go.
Okay, good.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Nelson.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.